Hello, and welcome. Excuse me, this is Jolene with a Jewel Design, and we are here today with another video in our Autumn Milva Rose series. We are working on a 64-page journal. Nice standard, autumn journal. Great for, October, November. Since this is not going to get done in September, of course. I'm hoping to have it done by the 1st of October. Wouldn't that be nice? And get it shipped out to its new owner as soon as possible. But it's a gorgeous 64-page journal that hopefully every time we turn around, it's going to have another lovely moment that, we all fall in love with. So we worked on that cover, that one, and we worked on... Where do I have it? Oh, I have it out because I'm still working on it. And we worked on that one, right? So I still have to get the other half done, which you'll see in the short here soon. Hopefully. So happy Friday, happy weekend, happy, I don't know if this will come up Friday night or Saturday morning, but we are getting to the weekend and, second to last weekend of September already. Oh my gosh. It is crazy. I can't believe next weekend is technically like the last weekend of September, and we're on to October and hoping for the best. So it actually, they're expecting some hot weather, but I don't know if we're going to get it. We're pretty foggy this morning. And so, I'm hoping that it's a good sign. We're not going to get as warm as we think. So I'm hoping everybody is getting a breather and a relief from, a break from the hot weather, and that fall is actually trying to make its way to us. So I was just looking at all the pretty things I might have to help with this front cover. So anyway, let's get going on this. Thank you all for joining me. I really hope you guys did watch last two videos about us working along on stuff. So today's pretty easy. Now, I've done a few different covers with you guys over the past. We did the book. We've done tissue on, different types of paper. I've done, of course, the whole, what's the word? What have I done? I've done a couple different things. I did the tissue paper on fabric. I've done the tissue paper on parchment paper, like this kind of packing paper type thing. We've done books. We've done hardcovers. We've decorated up hardcovers, and and just done fabric books and wrap overs and all kinds of stuff. So today we are using Printable Canvas, which is awesome. And I printed one of the pages from the Weathered Lace from Graphic Fairy. She has a lovely kit that we've used a few different pieces in the journal. And this is one of the other ones. There's a green one that I love that's in there. And I love this one. I love the pink and beiges. It worked really pretty when we printed this on it's actually white. It's like a duotone green paper. And when you print it as photo, so it goes off the edge of the page, it had this gorgeous cream color that popped up. It's so rich. So I'm really stoked about that. So that's going to be on our inside, sort of go to actually blend in the book. But I am carefully, as she says it is fabric, trying to edge, and simply just go along the edge of my canvas with the shears, so that I can have continue on sort of that ripped look, but I'm going to be a little bit more specific because I don't think the Ducko cutter does all that well with thicker stuff. I just know mine's getting really dull, and I don't know if it's because it's thin paper and it needs something thicker, but I wasn't going to take chances because I didn't really want to have to reprint. And that is sort of pretty. Me, I like my little thin strips because I like to add them as tiny little borders into things. I can't help myself. So we're going to keep a few of these, but we're not going to go crazy. I'm learning not to keep every little piece because, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. And then I'm having to throw it all away. Anyway, right? So might as well just sort of keep it clean as we go along. But I am just barely taking a little bit off because I really don't want to shrink by accident the cover any more than necessary. Because the canvas it comes to me in like a 13 by 9 or 13 by 10. It comes in huge sheets. It was funny. I ordered it thinking I was getting, 10 sheets of 8.5 by 11. And I don't know if I misunderstood or what, but I got 10 sheets of like 13 by 9 or 13 by 10. And which means I have double the amount. And so I was so stoked. But I do have to cut it down to 8.5 by 11 to fit inside my printer. So that's how we got things like that extra strip that we ended up using in here. I always end up with, an extra strip. And I think, yes, I got this little strip for the top because it's not quite, 8 inches. And then I end up having to cut, another section off, which gives me that And so, you know, we just reuse it. I'm loving it because it's a canvas. It's soft. It's pretty thick, so it's not like it's a flimsy piece of fabric. So I am loving that. I'm like, woohoo, okay. So one more side to cut. So this we're doing today. We are just sort of prepping this. I will try to do some stop and start so you're not watching too much repetitive going on, right? So that, you know, we get through this and you get to see what's going on and make a nice, quick, little, easy craft with me this weekend. Cover style, right? If I do it right, too, we also want to make sure we can get in there and sort of start planning the decor on the front. We'll see if we get that far. I don't know. It's been a crazy week. Busy, and it seems like now, every time I turn around, I am sort of planning my week according to my daughter's internship schedule, because I'm afraid I have to drive her around. So, you know, it's been busy, and I may have overdone myself. So, I almost want two different things. I do love this, and I almost want to decal this, but or do I keep it straight? I don't know. If I keep it straight, I could probably put corners on this, but if I do any kind of decal, whatever ripping, I feel like corners aren't going to hold on. I do even have a pair. I do. Oh, look at that. I even have a pair of the bronzy rose gold color. Look at these guys. Aren't they gorgeous? And it's going to be so pretty on this pink. So yeah, I don't know if you can see. I don't know if my lighting is good. God, I don't know. Looks like it should be good, but you never know. My phone never really tells me the right color. But anyway, these are the more bronzy rose gold of the set, because he does silver, he does antique, right? So you got the antique sort of silver. I think we do silver, or gold, and then there's this one. So, doesn't have to really say, but I'm like, wait a minute, I have a lot of gold, and so wouldn't this be just sweet? I mean, even that coloring on the back, if I had to, is fine. So maybe we're going to leave this flat. We're going to leave this straight. We'll just cut across the top. Once I've sewn it in as straight as I can, then we will cut off the excess. I think my only worry is that I did realize that I have black over here. And I think I was trying to do this to where I wouldn't have any black showing up. And so if it does show up, I'm going to have to do something to cover that. What I might have to do is put some lace. Like, we're going to have to glue here in the middle, because I don't want to get too much glue underneath the sewing job anyway. So maybe we'll glue down the middle, leave a gap, put some lace in place, pin some lace in place, so that when I sew it, I can sew that lace down. So that would be the tentative here, where I'm literally putting, you know, a little black here and a little black on this other side. I'm afraid that's going to show. Not much I can do about that, I'm afraid. I am going to do a little bit of a pencil mark here, because I can erase that later, just to remind me of where I'm trying to put this. Now my worry is on the back side, getting it to the same concept, because now I have to keep in mind that there's an issue on the bottom. So when I cut it, I'm going to have to cut the paper so I know exactly what I have left to figure out how to pinpoint that. And I don't know if we're going to trim those or not. We may seriously, this to keep cover, we may just ink it really well and leave it flat. And when we sew it, we're going to leave it be. As much as I'd love to have it sort of not be so perfect, we got to do both, right? I want to keep going with that yummy feel, right? And this gives it a really nice thick cover, but it's still super soft and flexible, to make that journal, you know, of course, safe and, you know, doable. So let's ink this edges. All right. Do some chatting. So I realize I'm trying to, every day she has internship. I'm working. Like, she works, I'm working, right? Isn't that funny? I have 2 or so hours in the morning, so I'm filming. I get her to her internship. I get home, and I get about, just under about 3 hours before I have to go pick up my young one from school. Younger, I should say younger one. She's not a baby anymore. She's now officially a teenager too. And anyway, I have to pick her up about 3 hours after I get home. So that at that time, I am then getting on the computer, guys, and I'm like uploading the videos, and I'm working on, you know, whatever graphics. And lately, I have 2 projects right now. I've got a small business that I'm working with, doing a lot of product packaging and marketing for her. I love anything that can be, you know, seen. So I'm helping her with her product, labels and sleeves and, you know, and whatever she needs for the product itself, for the packaging. And so I've been working on those. So like later today, I have to work on her Vistaprint. You know, we love Vistaprint. Work on her order for that. She's got some stuff. She's got to the point where she now needs to have her business cards done, you know, by somebody else but me. You know, 45 cards or 50 cards at a time is just not working. So if we can get a good break, I'll try to get her 100 cards or so at a time, you know, get her a little bit more stocked up. You know, I love helping them at first because, you know, it gets them a break and gives them a moment to breathe and get what they need without having to pay an arm and a leg, right? But then, now the only other thing I noticed is that when I go to cut all this, we want to make sure that when we cut it, hopefully across the top here, that I'm not cutting into any of the fuzz, because even though I'm going to sew it, I don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. Don't get me wrong, though, we may have to be putting lace everywhere, so we'll see. If I put the lace, you know, where I want it, down the sides, hopefully we don't need to sew, you know, we can sew things in. I don't have to do, yeah, I feel like the bumps are right here. So if we cut up here and we sew, we shouldn't see into anything. And we will glue it down, this edge and this edge, because everything else is sealed. So we're going to have to reseal those corners because we're not going to have that. Oh, which I don't like. Oh, it bugs me. It terribly bugs me. Oh no, I'm having an, okay, maybe not. We're having a conniption fit here. Because it is sealed and it's solid and I don't have to worry about it. Even if I put the lace overlay, I might just center this. I mean, the top needs work no matter what. I do have to deal with that. But the top could be some kind of frayed something. There's a spot right there where it's sealed. It just doesn't go all the way. So I've got to think of a way on the top. If I just cut it right above the sealed line, and then figuring out what to do. I'm thinking. I'm trying to think how to not deal with that. Oh, guys, plan B. Okay, hold on a second. Let me think something through, and I'll come right back, because I do not want to waste time hemming and hawing over this. I love this bag, but I'm wondering if it's not going to be my perfect fit. So give me one moment, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I had my thought process. Woohoo! Okay, so, as much as we do this all the time with folios and other things, we do pages and whatnot, where we do a top tuck, top tuck pocket. And sometimes in our folios and in our covers, we put pockets, right, that we can load from the top into our journals. So if I trim this off right at the line, yeah, because it's already open. It's actually open. I totally didn't even realize it. I thought it was sealed, and I'm like, what am I waiting for? No, it's open. Duh. I can make this a pocketed journal cover. So where you could tuck documents, memorabilia, it sort of becomes this little like purse holder. And I don't have to worry about trimming it. I can get this right where I need to. Still put the lace down the sides. All that jazz. I'm just going to clean up this top part. And we will sew 3 sides. It'd be cool if I could sew it, but I don't know. I can try and see if we can. And then if I do it right, I might be able to get a portion of it sewn across the top with it open. Maybe, right? I don't want to, you know, we'll see. We can do a little bit of, maybe just a little bit of sew stitch just to, I could slow stitch it. I just said sew stitch, but sew stitch, just sew stitch it. Slow stitch it. I'm trying to think. So I'd like some work down here, so, but maybe I'll slow stitch the top just for detail. Add lace. We'll do something in the decor to help make it look a little different than the rest, and why this is open, and still get what we need. But yeah, we'll make it pockets. We're going to fold it and sew it in, and we're going to have pockets on the top to tuck in memorabilia, tickets, documents. If you get, maybe you get fall cards or something. Like, we're going to make it work, right? So, okay. We're going to go crafty, but what I'm going to do is go cut that off. So, here we go again. Give me a moment, because I have to walk around. Let me trim this off real quick, and then we will start centering and gluing down. So I know where things are, so we can do all of that lovely, what's the word, sewing and whatnot. Can't really do it if I don't have what it is. And the back, we are definitely not. The inside, we're definitely not going to cut any of the paper, because I needed to cover everything. So we're going to heavily ink this and plop it down. And then if something comes up, I'll lace it or something to make it not so harsh. I love doing the zigzag or something on it because it just sort of helps blend it and not feel so modern and contemporary with this clean cut. But you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So, okay, I will be right back. One more time, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, gotta clean up. I'm now doing the inking because we need to give it a little bit, you know, more oomph. It needs to be not so, I don't know. Definitely has some personality. Yeah, what got into that? Good coloring though, it works. So here's my top edge, nice and clean. Made sure it was about as square as I could get it without, you know, constantly trimming it down. Like that hedge that you keep trying to even out, and you're just like, every time you touch it, you're like, oh, I cut a little much. Cut too much over here, so I gotta cut a little over here. Cut a little too much over here, gotta cut back over there. Oh, right? Very soon you have no hedge left. Your bushes now, you know, this tiny little itty bitty shrub. Which I have to do that to a couple things. I gotta start trimming down my bougainvillea soon. It does like the 70s. It does enjoy the 70-degree weather. Not so much the fog. It's trying to do some flowers, but I've been trying to keep on top of its shape. But I haven't had a lot of flowers on my bougainvillea this year. If I let it go crazy, then of course I get flowers on it because, you know, it grows really long and then gets excited. But I've been trying to keep on top of it. It's gone so crazy in the past. My rosemary's gone berserk. I trimmed it back a few months ago, and then my dad whacked at it about a month ago. Helped shape it up for my mom's party. But yeah, it really needs, that one's another one that needs to be seriously chopped back this winter, and then so it can regrow to a reasonable size. Okay, so that is the front. So we do definitely want more ink on that front area wherever it shows up than everything else. Making sure we're still recording. That's good. Okay, so there's that. We're gonna glue that down pretty center, but in the middle, so that we know if I don't have anything down. I definitely have some stuff, but we'll try to center that, and then definitely lace down here. I think lace, you know, make sure we always hit the top on top. There's writing here, so I know it's top, and then this, you know, we've got this, so I know it's top. So we're going to center this, and we're going to use some lace on the front and back to help sort of deal with the extra margins on that end. And in the back, you know, I can just center it. Not the end of the world. And we're going to put lace pockets on it, so I do have a lot to do. So we will not be sewing anything on today, because I realize that, you know, we're going to try to find the lace pockets. We got to figure out what lace down the sides. And I sort of want to lay out the potential cluster for the front. You know, we're not going to get to everything, and I'll have to just show it to you, of course, on the next video, what actually finishes up. But yeah, I've been trying to be productive, and so I'm working with a small business and working with her product, helping her with her packaging in the afternoons. And then I'm also got to help. I'm not on the booster, but I part of the booster group, the PTO type deal, but the band booster for my daughter's color guide group. Her mixed school. It's both junior highs and any like 6th to 8th grade classes that are in any other schools. But it's the mutual band and color guard group. And for our community, before you go to high school, we definitely try to prep these guys, and so if they want to, they can go to our high school group, which is pretty, you know, 80 plus strong and a really good knit family. So they wanted to do a season shirt, as they call it, so that like all the kids' names are on the back, and like high school, and you know, I mean, I don't think we had all of the names on the back of a shirt for mine, but we could have. My daughter, on the other hand, that's like 800 names. I don't know if they could get 800 names on the back of a shirt without it being like super small. That's what the program's for. But anyway, we're trying to get them a season shirt, and so they were like, oh, I don't know what to do, and try to work on this and that. And I said, well, you know, not to. I'm like, you know, if you've got somebody, great, you know, but do you need help? You know, it's my field. I'm a graphic designer. And they went, oh my God. And they're like, here, please help. And I'm like, okay. I was a little freaked out at first, because then I realized, like, wait, what am I doing? Like, I don't even know what I'm going for. And, you know, it's not like packaging, but it's something. But I've got a few ideas, and my daughter seems pretty stoked with them. I go, okay, what do you think? Too much? Too thick? Too what? You know, I started to sort of bug her, and she said, well, let's try this. Or my eye sees that. And she's really, surprisingly with ADHD, there's parts of it that definitely go, no, Mom, that just irritates me, you know? And she might be wrong, but, yeah, we're giving like A and B options. So, like, if she's like, well, I don't like it, but maybe someone else will, yeah, all the kids have a chance to vote on it. So it's fun. I've been working on that. I've been designing, you know, the logo, a single colored logo to go on a colored shirt, for the shirt, so they can have that for, you know, middle of the year and have it to wear during practices and stuff like that. And memorabilia, you know, so that when they leave, they have something to show for the end of their, you know, year with everybody. Because, you know, every year kids move on to the next grade level and you don't see them, or it's your last year doing it there and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to wear it all the time and stuff like that. So it's been fun. You know, I've been doing that, so I got to finish that today too. I've got one more image of them tweaking, and then I can send off the proofs to the ladies in the booster and go, what do you think? Or how are we doing? What do we need to tweak before we present it to the kiddos and they can vote on it? So, okay, fabric tack is probably my best bet right now, simply because, I mean, it's canvas on weird bouncy paper. Like I said, I'm not going all the way out. I'm just doing enough to glue down the middle, because we're going to sew on the edges and we're going to put in lace and all that jazz. So I don't want to glunk up the, what's the word, sewing machine in any way. But this has to stay down where we don't have any major bubbles or weird gaps and whatnot. So we're going to do a nice little edge where I can still get lace tucked in and anything else I want. And we'll do the same. No, the back, the back I think we're going to completely glue down if I can, because that I want to cover on the top of it, not so much. This one we want underneath, when we're going to want probably on top for the back, which we're going to put the lace on top. So I want to do, hopefully I still have some wide, I need a wide, and that ended up being there, but that's why we're doing this, so I can do the lace, right? I want to do a wide lace, oh, sorry, that's a noise. Sorry. Oh, my daughter would be cringing. Okay, so we have edges to sew down. Once we're situated, I may get some more glue in here, because I might hand stitch. I might do something interesting up here. So we'll see how that goes, and that'll determine if I need more glue down there. Or up there, excuse me. But that's about as centered as we're going to get with my cut job and everything else. But there you go. Oh my gosh. I know I want to fold, but the moment I do, then it's going to make it hard to do everything else, so we won't fold yet. Alright, so there's that. And then here, because I definitely want lace pockets, we're just going to center this to cover everything up. And then, top and bottom is my biggest thing, but yeah. And then, yeah, I don't know, I feel like we should do it, but if I go lace all the way to the edge to tie that in, like glue the lace down here and bring it in. I could find fabric and other things. We might find other ways to sort of ripple something here. Maybe I'm putting some kind of fabric ripples on the edge. Fabric ripples. You know, fabric. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm not. It's not ripples. Anyway, the bunched up fabric. Oh God. Anyway, fabric stuff. Down the sides here, maybe above the lace. Like, we'll find ways to lessen the margins here on this, because it does bug me that we have such tiny margins here and then this, you know, big old wide thing here. But it's what we have to do. I mean, that the papers aren't wide enough to cover anything, so you sort of have to. I think though we're gonna start with the glue gun and the glue stick on this one, just because this one does have to be a little bit more. And I'll do the edges with the glitter glue or maybe fabric tack. Let's see. Want a little bit of both, because there's only so much you can handle. But what are we up to this weekend? We hope to do a pumpkin patch next weekend. We have an annual, what's the word? Fundraising nonprofit organized, event. It's for cancer research. It's, and we do it out at our historical park, and it's a pumpkin patch, flea market, entertainment, arts and crafts was last year, which was great. There was all kinds of really great little vendors with handmade things. We spent way too much money. But all the pumpkin sales go to cancer research type of thing. And then, everything else, I think some of the proceeds hopefully go, back out. But we do that pretty much every year because I like getting my teal pumpkins. And I always get my mama teal pumpkin. I call it teal, but that really pretty bluish green pumpkins that are out there. And I have to do. So I get her one and I get me one. And then we grab the orange. And I got the white or the peachy pink, the white and the teal for my front porch, which usually make it till like June or July. Though I actually think my teal was the first one to go this year. And then the peach and, then the peach and, all that jazz. So, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, we go out there. So that is next weekend. This weekend, I think it's just staying home and waiting to see if we're going to get one more heat wave in the beginning of the week or not. Like I said, it's sort of foggy now, and I'm sort of shocked how foggy it is. So I'm like, that will be a good thing. If it stays cool and the fog stays in, the prediction won't be as reliable. So that's what I'm hoping for. But I'm hoping you guys are trying to find fun things to do, and that your fall activities are starting to come into play. I said, I'm hoping this is if the 90s don't show back up, it's a sign that we are not going to be, warm or crazy for very long. We may actually see cool nights and, comfortable days for all of October, which does mean we may actually see rain on Halloween. We've done that. Oh my gosh, we've had, 50 degrees and raining, and we've had like 75 and we're all in short sleeves and walk around all night trick-or-treating and totally comfortable. So we've been through both. We've been miserable and we've been comfortable. Where is this top? Where did it go? Anybody know? I see the top for the other one. Oh, there it is. It's hiding. It's orange. So it blends in with all my stuff. I had taken out the, for the moment, I had taken out, which I don't think this one is meant to stay in there. Shoot. I got this one she gave us to unstick it, but I don't think it's supposed to stay in there. So that was my bad. Oops. Okay, well, most of these pins are they're not stainless, and I don't know why glitter glue. The pretty ones are stainless steel, but yeah, I don't know why. I have no clue why the glitter glue eats the steel. It's just this moisture. Man, I can't even get it in there again. Not trying to debunk it. I'm just trying to get it in there. But like I said, the moment I make them it's just a little bent, I cannot get them back in there. There we go. It's a little annoying. All right. So as we go, we need to find lace for the back, which I normally have a beautiful wide lace, and I think I used it all up. Now, this is my border lace, but it's a little soft, so I don't know if it'll be stout enough once. See, I love this one. This one's super, it's actually really stiff. It is gorgeous. I do have enough. Okay, good. It's not a very deep pocket, though. So if I have enough, which I might. The gold's pretty, but the dangle is too lightweight. But our European border lace, that's really pretty. I may have to get a bigger piece. I don't know if I have to see if I have enough in my stash that I can do so. If I have extra that I haven't. That's if I think glued down and sewn, I think it would be thick enough. And it's so pretty. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty. What do we think with it next to? Yeah, it pulls from all the pink roses. That might be a really pretty lace to put down here. And then when I'm working on ruffles, that's the word. Paper or fabric ruffles, I could try to find, some ornate, bring it all together type deal. Some ruffles up here just to help break this up, give us some more fluff. So, okay, I got to find more of this stuff. Okay. That's my little mishap because it's not a full 9-inch or 12-inch section. This is all my little pieces that, to show off all my dangles. And I think we finally sold out of the white dangle. We still have a little bit of, no, I may not have cream either. I think I'm out of the white, out of the cream. I do have a couple of the brighter pink dangles. And we definitely have the gold dangle, waterfall dangles. And these are gorgeous. They are gorgeous to put down sides and stuff when you want it nice and light and fluffy. And then I just love cutting out all the different shapes. Oh my gosh. I love cutting out these guys and use them as appliques. I love using the circles as a you know, around like a border. If I wanted to put a little bit more in here, I could totally do that. I could cut that in half too. I could cut half the border and just do, you know, circles down both sides. So that's an option. Okay, so I have to keep that out to remind me. I do have some potential. But yeah, I love this one. It's really, it's pretty stiff. So when it's glued down in that, it would be great. But it's not quite as wide as I would like. I think once I was said and done, it wouldn't hold much. It'd be very, and for such a big cover, it wouldn't hold anything tall. I think it'd make it too flimsy. But I've been known to do a belly band across the middle and make it more, you know, tighter, where it just, everything gets tucked into the covers more as a belly band than a pocket. I'm gonna have to go look. I would love to use the pink European lace though. It's really soft and feminine. So pretty. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to look and see. That's my next King of Boop. I may leave this out because I may make another, may use that as a layer for a pocket for something else. But yeah, we're running, getting low on dangles right now. Which is not bad. But we have the gold, which you saw, which is absolutely gorgeous. I really fell in love with that when I found it. But these are great. This is something that you constantly cut apart and you know, utilize as an applique in every way possible, on the gold stuff. This border lace is what it's for. Like, it's for pockets. It's for, you know, tucks down the sides. It's for all kinds of sort of thicker things where you want that lace look, but you need something a little bit more stout. So there is that. So that's what we're looking for potentially there, with maybe some circles down the middle if I don't get anything else going. Now we need lace for down these sides. Lace and trim of some sort. I have my ribbon. Let's see. Try and decide if we need something really, you know, see-through, or something that's going to be just sort of there to soften the blow. I could do it like that. That's sort of what's really white. I almost have to, I'd have to put some, yeah, give me the gold, but it's a white trim. I don't think I want white. I don't think I want white. White's a little much right now. Pretty good. I mean, it's a cream or an off-white, but it's not as deep as this, so it may not work. I may want to stay to the creamier antique colors than anything too white. I have that, but gosh, I hate to go through the rest of it. One of my absolute favorites was my grandmother's, because it has that mesh. It makes for something perfect to tuck in and glue down. Like, I can tuck that in and glue it down and, you know, on the mesh and not lose any of the, and this is soft and really pretty. It looks really good, actually, with the, can you see it? Yeah. Looks really good with that. Now, I got to decide if it goes top to bottom or whether I have it match, you know, directly the line of the thing. Such decisions, I know. But, like, okay, let's group it up in there. Go top to bottom. Front and back. It covers with the mat. Okay, you can't see that black one, but can we see the black underneath here? You can see it a little bit, which is a bummer. I wonder if, I may have a brown Sharpie. I wonder if it would help. But it's black. I mean, you're trying to cover black with another color, but see it a little bit. But we're gonna decorate this, so maybe we can find a way where a little something little happens to overlap over here, where it's not gonna be so obvious. I do like this one. I love the round. The rounds in here reminds me of the rounds in here, so it's also cream. I think I have just enough. That's the thing. Do I have enough? I do, I think, yeah. Definitely have enough. Okay, I have a little left over. But it says one of my favorites, and I forget. I'm like, oh gosh, you almost want to hoard it for some time. Okay, there's that one as a possibility. Gold sticky. Gold. What is that? Oh, that's shiny though. I mean, that's gold. That's a shine. I don't know if I want to add shiny gold to anything. That's almost that's a pewter. Yeah, it's antique-y like. Okay. But this is pretty, and that could be something else that on the inside could be helpful to hide the fact that we have such a huge margin. I could totally flip it out and put green. But look at it, we have green, but we don't have this green. These are two of our favorite greens from the round in the beginning. I mean, yes, this is much more sage than the minty green that we have in here. Like, don't be wrong, I could go eclectic and add that to the outside, and what are you going to do about it, right? I mean, come on. But I'm so weird about that. I would rather have it be a little bit more green or yellow green than my lovely light sage green. It's supposed to be sage, I guess, but it's a very soft, just blue-gray, grayish sage in the green compartment. And but that would be pretty too. That would actually be really nice underneath here because it's such a fun trim, lace trim that, that underneath it would give us sort of that floral. Man, that is so tempting. Oh, it just, it would show, we'd have a little bit of green showing up, and it is a different color than this. I have a hard time with that. Like I said, I have a hard time with bringing in different colors, getting eclectic. I mean, we have the old school, right? We could do this, but I'd have to darken it up. It feels like it's really pale. It would be another variation. And maybe not open enough. I like these because if it's going to be solid, I want a shape, and if it's going to be light, yeah, no, that's almost too country. Don't mind a little bit as we're doing something on the inside, but not on the outside. And I don't want to do, I mean, if I wanted to blend in, I could go just the burlap, right? Make it more, I can even go across the bottom, I know, I do that kind of edge, keeps it very old school. I feel like the burlap has a different old world feel to it. And that would just be help duotoning and covering up this without making it so obvious. There are options, people. Oh my gosh, I just know which way. But I feel like I want to keep it sort of fancy, and I want to keep it, light and airy and whatever. And this is going to get used somewhere. I always do, but it's one of my favorites. Things to use, but not right now. Okay. Well, I know that I can't use this on the inside because it really bugs me, but maybe on the outside. This could be used inside. I'm going to have a few spots I have a feeling that I'm going to need to put, especially like maybe intertwining places here or on like these lace pages, sort of expanding on them. This might be great somewhere else. So let's save it for the inside and the edges, where it actually can stick out and be a gorgeous lace elsewhere. So you see, you get to see some hemming and hawing, but I am so tempted to use this just for contrast, right? Just for a different set of coloring, to add more color in here. Now again, oh, you know what? You know what the big question is going to be? Here I'm worrying about this, right? I have to worry about the topper. I have to worry about how I'm decorating the front of this. And that is going to be the biggest thing right there. Hold on. I am trying to find all my pieces here that are hiding in my stash. So she and her and my flowers are sort of what's going on. And that's going to make the difference, because I am trying to figure out, right, how I want to decorate this, how I want it to intertwine. There's not a lot of green in here, so that is nice to know that. And with that, I think if I do that hiding, I'm going to take this yellow rose out so I don't lose it, so that if I'm going to tuck the greenery underneath here, I'm not really going to care. I have the word autumn, but with a little birdie there. I think I'm going to use it on the card somewhere else. Now, if I don't do anything really greenish, even if I do, though, I mean, if I, which I want to do with you guys anyway, this was sort of the thought process, right? If I put some green under there, it brings all the colors together. Like maybe if I just do it, and even if I took one of these roses, right, I took a rose and leaf, or just a rose and laid it over here, like brought it back in, that would help too. to sort of soften everything, I could easily, right, just, gotta make sure I have enough room when we fold it. I wanted it sort of at an angle. I didn't want it directly, like, laid on top. We have the room to overlap a little, and it's going to be okay. Goes over to here. We could put one of these roses even up in here, so I have a flower on top. I could put a couple of these, you know, scattered on top. I think we're getting somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. It needs another layer. I just don't know what yet. Let's see. I found this brown stuff too, which I think I have a lot more on the inside to decorate those edges than I realized, which is awesome. I pulled out all the stops. Let's see. Oh, but we're not going to get to the decorating part. I have a feeling it's all to hemming and hawing, and then I'm just going to have to get off. And so these were a brown satin, like the ribbons, like our satin nylon ribbons. And isn't that pretty? Now that just dropped down as a decor in places. Oh, isn't that pretty? Right? It's just something that is another 3D mixed media element, and that's going to be good both on the inside and the outside. You know, we can do it there, we can do it down here. Like, we just have a few spots where it is definitely a 3D element. We could have it down here and put that one of these guys here, have a little bit down here. Ooh, loving. So I got the idea now. I may not be able to. I have these because they're gold, and that might be worth tucking into. We'll see if we need to have a little bit more. That's behind or brown on top. We've got two of them. I know you should do things, and that was a brown one. Oh, that's all brown too. Okay, so we've got a muted and a, you know, gold. So I can go either way. The gold just seems too bright and too much because we really aren't. Whoopsie. Gosh, they bend easily, don't they? We could do more of a muted, the mesh, more of a muted thing, right? Have it stick up, get everything in place. We've got some down here, we got some up here, or this one's down here, that one's up there. I think that's going to be really pretty. I think I'm okay with this, right? Bring in a new color, pull in more greens. I may do a test run on a small section and put a little bit of ink over it. A little bit of antique ink just to dull it down a smidge to not make it look so shiny. So new, right? And see how that works. But I'll test it. I'll do a small test run on a little section so I do not ruin everything, right? No, I do have a lot of, well, there are pumpkins inside, but I don't know. Found the glitter pumpkins, but I think I need a ooh, wait, let's see. Needs something not. I don't know about the glitter. I don't think I want to go very glittery on the front of this. Surprisingly. I want to keep it a little bit more muted. It's shiny, but not like that. It's sort of a shiny muted. I could tack that in there. Since we have the rose up above, I don't have to make it a big old deal. Same rose that's here, I think, is up in other places. So I could do it like that. Put one of those here. We've got this up here. And if I do it right, even though there might be a little bit of something here, I'm okay with covering, right? Putting, you know, that cover over it. That's all right. I'll keep it tucked in and keep it from going anywhere. I think we've got, by Jovi, I think we've got something here. Let me scroll in. What do we think, ladies and gentlemen? I think we have a plan of attack. I may have to take a picture of it. I may have to take a picture of it so I can simply not forget what I wanted to do. But I think that's going to be our cover, ladies and gentlemen. And then if I can, I'm hoping I have enough pink. If I don't, we'll go back to my original cream. We'll just go to the stiffer stuff that I love. And I may make it more of a belly band. It may be more belly band, or I add, you know, another layer of lace or something underneath it to make it a little wider or taller. But hopefully that's going to be the inside pockets. We've got plenty of small pretty things to decorate the inside cover, like the inside edges, to sort of bring it in. And with this, there's a little something that sticks out front and back. But I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the general gist of our cover. I'd love to do it with you on camera, but we're at 44 minutes. And so I'm going to want to sit here and be able to just, you know, put this together, plop it on, get the gist of it. And of course, once it's done, I will definitely take, you know, photos and whatnot. You get to see it on the next run. But thank you so much for joining me today on this lovely weekend, whether it's a early weekend on a Friday for you, Friday evening, or a Saturday morning. I really appreciate you stopping for a moment and tagging along and seeing what I'm up to. That means the world to me. Oh, got my pearls, right? We gotta bling up that frame a little bit. So, I think I have ideas. I think we've got some stuff going on here. Oh, we can even do the gold ones. So I could bring in the gold, bling it up with some of the gold ones instead of the pearls. That might be really pretty, actually. So, yeah, ladies, I have lots to do. It's on either a whole nother video of just decorating, or, I don't know. I love to decorate with you guys. But sometimes I like just showing you the final product, and you can ooh and ah over it and really enjoy it. So, there you go. You got to see the process of how I'm figuring out how I want to do with it, what I'm going to put where, and then you get to see the final product on the next video. As we work on, hopefully, we'll probably do the center spread. I have to do some research, and then we'll come up with the ideas for the center spread for the next video, and then we'll decide. I don't know what videos I'll see after that. I may just sit here and knock out as much as I can. I know I was thinking about doing a video on how to make different pockets with different materials. We do have that one. No, I guess I have a few more. I do. I have the fun maybe decorating this one inside and out. I don't think I want to do that on the shorts. So maybe we'll decorate. We got to just cover that up to make it work. We've got the center spread. And then maybe a video on, random pockets, but maybe that just may be a random video. Who knows? So much to do, so much still to go, but I love it all so much. Thank you for joining in. I really appreciate it. And, yeah, you'll just see how it evolved, hopefully, on the next video. So love you all very much. We'll talk real soon. Bye-bye.